get you all covered up in your blankie. I know you slept so well last night. You were snoring as you haven't had your blankie out in a while. Mommy folded it up and put it in its bag. I thought maybe it would make you feel better. Why do you look like you're gonna cry? Your eyes look watery. Sometimes I wish you could talk so I would know what you need. 'Cause I don't want you to cry. Sometimes it's good though. I'm glad you can't talk. When you were a baby, you would have cried for your mommy. Because you didn't understand. When I leave the house, you howl. Because you don't understand. I don't have to leave you anymore. So you don't ever have to feel that way. I'm tired. Hi. How are you today? She's sleeping on my Care Bear. That's my Care Bear. Can you see the little thing? It's okay. Lay back down. It's okay. It's okay. Take a nap. She heard something. Shh, it's okay. No, she's attached to her blankie. She lays down. She actually falls asleep and she's all curled up. It's like a toddler bed-sized quilt someone made. It has someone's scent on it, so it comforts her. She's falling asleep until I talk. Good night, Sandy. She has a big week in front of her. She starts journeying on Friday. So she has intro class so she gets to meet her teacher, her trainer. We gotta find out how she behaves with things and what she needs. She was signed up. Well, I didn't sign her up in March. When I went and got her shots and was wanting to talk to the trainer herself before I signed her up for classes. And I waited too long because it was like back in March. And I waited too long and they closed everything down. So I put her on the waiting list for them to call when they open the classes back up. And right now they're doing one-on-one. So she can have private training. No. I try not to think too much about the numbers and being able to make money at it or be popular or anything. Because then you become obsessed about it. Well, I gotta do this because I've got to get more followers. Gotta do that because I gotta keep my followers. What are you licking? Just, aww. Oh. You'll find the right one when the time is right. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You're still here. That's a good thing. Yeah. I think you find I mean, it gives you time to think about what kind of breed fits you better and, you know, make plans. You need to, get them spayed and neutered or trained or whatever. She looks like a puppy, but she's actually 7 years old. And she's my emotional support dog. We're very, very dependent on each other. And she's very well behaved. She's just really protective if someone comes to the door. And other than that, she was growling at people when I took her out, so I muzzled her. And it only took one day for her to be smart enough to figure out that if I don't growl, mommy won't put that on me. So she doesn't She, I can feel her growl under her breath. Aww. So she was too young. Did they have your information so they could contact you when she was old enough? Or, oh, I shouldn't say she. When it was old enough. As you fell in love with the puppy, then they should they should contact you when they're old enough to be adopted out. I can fly. I've got ears like Dumbo. Oh, you should see her when we're in the car going down the street. She sticks her head out the window. This is what her ears do. It's hilarious. What she'll do is she has this habit of every time we start the car and we start driving forward, she sticks her head out. And then when you come to a red light or a stop sign, she comes back in. And she looks around and she notices when the cars are going. And I don't know if she's figured out the red lights yet. But she kind of has this instinct to like kind of move herself to go to the window when she knows the light's gonna turn. And she goes back to the window, sticks her head out for us to go forward. It's hilarious. And she loves to go bye-bye. I've thought about the person that I have that drives us everywhere doesn't want to drive long distances, or I would go and take her to Bucky's. And it's like a 3-hour drive, I think. But I loved it. I went once, but it was like, oh my god, it was insane. Oh wow. So they said she was like around 2 years old. That's a huge jump from being like younger. What are you obsessively licking off my fingers? I don't know why she all of a sudden does that. Sometimes she like grooms my nails. She like looks under my nails and gets my nails clean. I don't. It's funny. Yeah, she's sniffing my nail. Do you hear something? Yeah. So how young is too young if they, when they don't adopt them out yet? She's 7 years old. I've had her since she was 4 weeks old, actually. Her, it was my friend whose dog, like, she came home and her dog had a litter of puppies. She didn't even realize her dog was pregnant. And her dog it is a Chihuahua. And the puppies were sucking, like, literally, pardon the phrase, sucking the life out of her. And the vet told Stacy that as long as they were on solid food, that she could start giving them away, like giving them to their homes. And she had every single one of them given away. And I wanted a girl because I had just had a Chihuahua that was a boy, and his name was Pooh Bear, and he passed away. He was 14 years old. And I think it was maybe, well, that was Mother's Day, like the day after Mother's Day, unfortunately. And so that was in May. And she was born in September, so it was a year and a half that went by that, like, I was kind of, like, still stuck on not knowing if I would ever be able to have another dog, and, like, mourning him. And Stacy picked up a puppy and said, "Look what I found when I came home from work." And so she was the only girl out of the whole entire litter. She was the only girl, and I wanted a girl. So I'm like, "Oh, I want a girl." And we called her Baby until we figured out what to name her. Her name's Sandy. And Stacy got them on solid food when they were a month old. And when she was about 4.5 weeks old, she was born at the end of September, and she ended up at my house the day before Halloween. And so she was about 4.5 weeks old. She wasn't a full 5 weeks old yet. And I had another dog, and she lived to be 16. I had another dog. Her name was Angel. And she was kind of motherly, but I had only just had cats that were a female. My cat had kittens. She would kind of mother the kittens, but when the mom cat, when my cat got up to go eat or use the restroom, she would crawl into the basket with the kittens. And, she would, like, love on them and lick them and everything. And, so she was like a second mother to them, but, she never had puppies. And so when Sandy came home, she actually literally let Sandy fake nurse on her and took over being her mom. And so Sandy was able to, like, mentally, healthily, she was able to, like, have that mom connection, that mother connection and bonding until she was ready to, like, be weaned and, kind of independent. And so Angel was her, I used to call her Mama Bear. So there's the Mama Bear. And she took very good care of her. She taught her to go to the bathroom outside, and she slept with her and played with her. The Pooh Bear my dog was a couple of years old when we got Angel. And Pooh Bear taught Angel everything. And my daughter picked her because she was, like, the runt of the litter. And she said that, it's like, I wanted the little fluff ball. The guy had 2 dogs, and they both had puppies. at the same time, and one had fluffy puppies and one had slick haired puppies, and I just fell in love with the little fur ball because she brought one of each home to see which one she could keep. And she wanted the tiny one, which was Angel. And I was like, well, you know, what makes you want that puppy so bad? And she's like, well, it's like Clifford, and if I love it enough, it'll go really big. She was like 6. So she was a German Shepherd mix. She looked like a German Shepherd, but she was maybe the height of a chair. She wasn't like real huge. She was like a miniature version of a German Shepherd because she was the runt. She was so tiny. She was so tiny you could fit her in your pocket. We went to a birthday party the week that we got her. We didn't want to leave her home because she would get into places and we couldn't find her. and and so hi legend. We when we went to the birthday party, my daughter was in Girl Scouts. When we went to a birthday party, I wore my husband's jacket and I put her inside the pocket, the inside pocket, and zipped it so she could be close to my chest and be warm, but she didn't make any noises. And we thought, because it was at one of those places where you go you go paint stuff, and I didn't know if they would let her in there or not, so I hid her in the jacket. And then one of the moms was like, I hear something, and I like slightly unzipped my jacket and I showed her, and they're like, oh! And so everybody kind of started noticing, and the owner told me that because she was so tiny that I could take her out if I wanted to, so the girls could play with her, and they had like a little play area. Yeah, they had like a little play area, and the girls were playing. She was so tiny. Picture this. Do you know those little stackable ring things they have for babies? Or the rings get smaller and smaller as they go up? The biggest one, they played like my puppy was a lion and they were lion tamers and made her jump through the hoop. That's how tiny she was. So for everybody else the size of like maybe a 3-week-old puppy was my puppy when she was 6 weeks old. She was so adorable. Yeah, she did. She absolutely did. My big regret is not getting pictures. I did not get pictures. I could have gotten all the girls to like sit in like a little circle, and one of them, or the birthday girl. I could have gotten the birthday girl to hold her. And I could have taken a picture. So we were like, the moms were all, like really like friendly, and I would say kind of friends. And so it made a big deal with, the girls all getting along. They were so amazing. They were Daisy Girl Scouts. So, it was easy that, they didn't already have like little attitudes. And they all got along amazingly. Like, they were unbelievable. And we moved, unfortunately. And actually, when we had moved, the girls had birthdays, and they invited my daughter to their birthday parties, even though that we didn't like live around them anymore. We stayed in contact enough that they invited each other to birthday parties. And I'm not sure what happened to some of the girls. I know Lara moved to Oklahoma, and I guess they just kind of lost contact because they were like kindergartners. So my daughter stayed in contact with them through, I think, second grade. It that that's just something kind of funny to think about. I wish I had video. If it well, I'm not even sure what. Cell phones. Okay. Cell phones back in the year like 2001, 2002. Well, it was 2002 because we got Angel in 2002. Um, Cell phones back then didn't have video, like record like they do now. So I didn't have that option. And my dog left me. But look, I've got. Yeah, Legend is my friend. I've known him for 5 years. There's my Care Bear. My dog sleeps on it like a pillow. Is that Share Bear? Yeah. I had to pay for a text package. I remember that. I think it's Share Bear. It has the like two straws in the milkshake. You know what? I'm an 80s kid and I never had Care Bears. And when they had the 20th anniversary, like right before it, I bought my daughter a bunch of used Care Bear stuff on eBay and had a Care Bear birthday party. But I didn't even realize that it was like coming up on the anniversary. I didn't know that. And so, like, I went nuts buying her Care Bears when, everything Care Bear kind of came out and was popular. And it was because I never had Care Bears. And I found this at the thrift store for like $2. Well, it was like, I think $5, and it was like half off day. And so I like grabbed it and I wouldn't let go of it. I wanted my own Care Bear. Okay. You want to share something wild with us? Yes, please do that. Oh, he's being funny. I never noticed this was flat. I wonder if it's supposed to be. Okay, I just googled Share Bear, and apparently the symbol has changed because they thought sharing milkshakes like that can cause. Yeah, I knew that the symbol changed. This is the original symbol, so this makes this like an original Care Bear. I didn't know why they changed it, so thank you for that. Yeah. My son had to move in with us due to this virus issue. Yesterday I go and wake him and the dude is hugging a toy elephant my wife gave him as a toddler. Aw, that's cute. It's a comfort thing. That means he's, like, it comforts him. I have a lot of anxiety, and things like this help. And like this blanket a friend sent to me, and it helps. And my dog cuddles with it because she knows the person's voice on the phone, and is, I told her. I told her who it was from, and they just absolutely love her. And so as soon as I took it out of the box and took it out of its bag and put it down, she curled up right with it. And I noticed that last night, like, I've had it like in its bag for a couple of days, for maybe a week, and I took it out and I curled her up with it, and well, I curled up with her and we had the blanket and I covered her up and she started snoring. She went to sleep so hard she was snoring. So she loves her blanket. It is very comforting, especially when you have something that has sentimental value to you. What color are my Care Bear's eyes? They're purple. They have a little bit of purple in them. And it has 3 freckles. And I got my daughter Care Bear stuff for her birthday when she was 7. I got her roller skates and like the boot skates, with 4 rollers, like from the 80s. I kind of went all out because she loved Care Bears. She fell in love with them. And it was something that I really loved, but I was not the type of child to, like, make, like, want everything. Like, I wasn't like I didn't make a big deal out of wanting Care Bears and want to collect them and, gotta buy them for me kind of thing. So I never had a Care Bear. And I had Barbies, but I never got a Care Bear. And so I kind of, like, I could relive being able to get Care Bears and Care Bear stuff and have a Care Bear birthday party. And, and I was doing it for my daughter. But it made me happy. And I sold stuff on eBay to pay for it. So I was selling stuff on eBay and then taking the money I got from eBay and buying Care Bear stuff on eBay. And you had a Care Bear cookbook? Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Because that would remind me of the little meme that says, like, a cup full of love and, a teaspoon of kisses. That would be so cute. It, she went from Care Bears and Littlest Pet Shops to Wonder Twins Activate, which is really weird because some of the stuff that she knew, like Thundercats and Wonder Twins, some of the stuff she knew was from the 80s. And I don't really, I really honestly don't know how she got exposed to that. But Steven gave her bought her a Supergirl, a Spider Girl comic. Steven bought her a Spider Girl comic, and we moved to Canada, and she was riding in the school bus, and all the little boys just like started developing a big, huge crush on her because she was the girl that liked comic books and, you know, kind of understood them. And the other girls were like into what they were wearing in their hair. So she was like 7, 8 years old and got into comic books. And her first comic book was Spider Girl. I just remember, I remember it being a boy and a girl, and I remember their dark hair, and I remember their costumes, and I remember putting their hands out and saying "Power Twin" or "Wonder Twins Activate." And I remember some. It wasn't too long ago though. Maybe it was less than 10 years ago because Justin was old enough to. Yeah, they did have a pet monkey. Yeah, they did. There was a channel that started on cable when it was brand new. I don't remember the name of it, but we watched it from the day that it premiered. And they played Batman from the 60s with Adam West, and they absolutely, like, both of them just went gaga over that. And then they opened the Batman ride at Six Flags. But I do remember a monkey. Okay. Thanks for stopping by and talking to us. It was nice meeting you. Have a good day. I I miss cartoons, but I miss the cartoons that I actually enjoyed. I used to the Snorks was one of my favorite cartoons. The Flintstones is like my favorite cartoon ever. And I loved the Smurfs and, you know, Scooby Doo. I watched a lot of Cartoon Network when when Lizzie was like 4 or 5 years old. And she, even when she was in bowling league, she was in a Cartoon Network bowling league, and she picked Scooby Doo. And so when she got her bowling ball, it has a Scooby Doo on it, and it says Cartoon Network. And so, like, you paid, you know, weekly to bowl, but your part of your fee was, part of it was to bowl, and part of it was to pay for your bowling ball. And then at the end, well, close, not the whole end, but close to the end of it, you got a bowling ball. Yeah, I know what boomerang is. I just never really watched it much. I like Johnny Bravo. Did they take that completely off of TV? That used to be my favorite on Cartoon Network. And then, of course, there was my hand shaking. Oh, my hand's stuck. Okay. Um, what is it? Courage the Cowardly Dog. That one was funny. And uh, that scientist boy. What, what, what was his name? Dexter. Dexter's Lab, right? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine, because, like, she took Steven to Alice, so she'll be back soon anyway. So, I, it's been 42 minutes since I've been on here, so I gotta pretty much go anyway, too, so that's fine. Have a good time. Have a good day. Don't get into trouble. And I'll talk to you later, okay? Hugs back.